think the trick with this one is going to be all the various painting and chroming and stuff. All right, starting in on the colors here, and I did the white on all the white walls, and then the Molitor on everything that needs to be chromed. I did the brown on the inside of here, if you can see that. Did down here, the floorboards, if you will, and the base around the seats, and then used that orange brown to actually do the seats. And then I'm going to hit the seats with a gloss to try to make that look a little more like leather, and use that Alclad lacquer over all these pieces. And yeah, I'm just super happy with the way that came out. And then there's the frames around the windows and this grill as well. All right, just finished up with the bronze on there. Let's see that. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll need that Model Master Auto Lacquer or not. We'll see. Moving along here, I'm getting ready to do the gloss black. I've got this stuff ready to go. I want to do those fenders and everything. Where the white walls are, I actually brushed that stuff in there. Now, like I said, it's white on white, so it's hard to tell. So when I shoot that with the gloss black to get those spokes, we'll see how that works, and then I'll go back and try to peel that up. And if it works well, then I'll do the outer ones. The other thing is I painted that, folded up roof, flat black. Yeah, I think that's a cover. I think the actual roof looks like that one. I just like the contrast with the black on the back there, so I'm just gonna go with the black on that. So again, this is kind of the one I'm shooting for. So yeah, the black on the inside of the wheels is next. Did the Testors gloss black. So there's the fenders, the steering wheel, and the dashboard. And then I did these inside of the wheels. And as I was doing it, I realized, you're probably going to be able to see that through there once those are together. So I did both sides of those spokes. So yeah, I'm glad I left these apart. That masking, I think I maybe didn't put it on thick enough, and trying to get it off there is just a nightmare. And you can see here, I was kind of scraping it. So I'm glad I did it on the inside, but I have this curvy tape. I must be living right because it fits exactly inside there. I mean, like perfectly. So I'm just going to work my way around with that. With the Tamiya Chrome Silver, just touched every one of those bolts, and then did some dry brushing, just to get it as close to that as possible. I'm not going crazy on the engine. Put the windows in the windshields, and then put the headlights in there. I'm gonna do red on the taillights next. Using the Vallejo black there, I did all the tires inside and out. Based on this reference, there's no white wall on the inside there. So on the inside ones, I just did the flat black all the way up to the spokes. And then on these, that mask is still inside the white wall. So the last thing I have to do is the centers with the Molitor. And then while I had the black out, I actually made a wash and went into these seats with the wash. And then once that dries, then I'm going to hit that with a gloss in an attempt to make it look more like leather. I used that Molitor a few drops with a brush and did the center hubcaps there, and then did in that dashboard, did the center and those little levers on the center of the steering wheel, did these handles on the doors, and then there's these little handles in the centers of those louvers, I guess those are, and hit this with clear coat, and yeah, I'm happy with the way those came out. All right, just glued those wheels together, front and back, and I'll let those solidify. But I think those came out pretty good. As I study my references here, it looks like that running board is surrounded by chrome. So I masked that off and kind of did, you know, more or less a dry brushing technique. I don't want it to run underneath that tape. Okay, not bad, actually. Okay, starting final assembly now. I've got those wheels on. I put the seats in, and now I've put the body on there. And I scraped the connection points again and used the ultra thin to try to melt those together. But so far, so good. Everything's going together really great. In 1921, Henry M. Leland, founder of Cadillac and famous for his Liberty aircraft engine, produced his dream car, the first Lincoln. It was nearly perfect mechanically but failed in styling. In 1923, Henry Ford purchased the company and placed operations directly under Edsel Ford. Edsel was fond of custom coachwork, and with Leland's fine engine and chassis, Lincoln became one of the world's prestige cars. Lincoln's range-topping K-Series debuted in 1930 as a direct competitor to the best Cadillac and Packard had to offer. For the 1932 model year, the big V12-powered KB rode on a grand 145-inch wheelbase. The V12 engine produced 150 horsepower, a direct response to Cadillac's revolutionary V16. Lincoln's V12 engine was a masterpiece of engineering that lived up to the exacting standards Henry Leland had set years before. Under Edsel Ford's direction, a beautiful and high-quality chassis was designed to cradle the glorious engine. Elegant and striking, this magnificent 1932 Lincoln KB wears a custom-built dual Cowl Phaeton body, so named for the two separate windshields for front and rear passengers. It debuted at the 1932 New York Auto Show, wowing crowds with its impeccable style. The body, finished in two-tone bronze over black, flows elegantly from front to back with twin windscreens and a close-fitting convertible top, lending the car a dramatically low profile. Dual-mount spares add another layer of sporting elegance, and gorgeous chrome trim provides plenty of additional flash. The cabin was treated to the same level of care and detail as the rest of the body. Vast expanses of leather are accented by chrome on the dash and rear cowl. The rear windscreen cranks down over the cowl for a more open-air experience for the rear seat passengers. Only 40 V12 dual cowl Phaetons were produced, and with a $7,000 price tag, few buyers were willing or able to afford such a car during the height of the Great Depression. All right, there she is on the shelf, and yeah, that was a fun little build, and it came out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. So I want to thank Bryon at Mr. BG's Model Workshop and Sean at the Scale Model Car Guy for hosting, and really enjoyed it, and I'll probably be back for another one sometime in the future. But until then, thanks for watching and happy modeling.